Hey peeps, it's Sheeta and I'm here today with another video about, we're talking money. So I just came back from meeting up with Tashira from Politics and Fashion, and one of the things we did was we talked about our lives as content creators and how we show up on the internet. And it dawned on me that I haven't been producing content lately. No recorded videos on YouTube. I've been going live on YouTube, but I haven't been doing recorded videos, and I also haven't been talking about money on YouTube. And one of the reasons I've stepped back from talking about money on YouTube is that because the YouTube algorithm sends videos to a bunch of people who aren't my normal subscribers and who don't know me and who don't know my content and who are unwell. Unwell in a sense that like money brings out a lot of certifiably insane people to the channel. They come, they leave really rude comments, they bring a lot of toxic energy, and as a content creator who is a real live human breathing person talking about themselves, their experiences, for the benefit of the subscribers who want this information, it can be really hard to get comments from people who are not in my core audience and who are coming just to be jerks, right? They are coming to be really toxic. They leave crazy comments. They say all kinds of wild things. And I've been avoiding the topics that bring those boys to the yard. And so I don't want to do that anymore. I want to really be as real with you guys as I can, and I want to give you what I have in a meaningful way. And whatever happens, happens. We will block the trolls. You guys in my community, you're really supportive when you see negative comments, and so I appreciate that. But I'm going to take a chance now, and I'm going to talk about money. So what I wanted to give you was my portfolio update. I did a video, I think in January, about how much my portfolio had gained, I think in the 3 years since I retired. I think that's what it was. I don't remember my own videos, y'all. I used to be on here talking, you know that. But y'all know this year has been big hot garbage. Big hot garbage. I hadn't looked up my investment returns year to date in a while, because every time I looked at them, I was like, oh, this is bad. Like, this is bad. As some background, if you're newish here, I retired from my legal job, my legal career in general, in 2018. I traveled the world for a year. Since 2019, I've been living on and off in Mexico City. And one of the reasons I was able to retire was that I looked at how much money I had at the time, and I decided that that was enough money. However much money I have at the time, I believed it would be enough money for me to live on. And when I no longer had enough money to live on, or was no longer comfortable with the amount of money I had, I can go back to work if I need to, right? But I wasn't going to work and work and work until I had enough money, because for most of us, especially a lot of Americans, there's no such thing as enough. We're told constantly by our society that we need more, 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 and more. And in an effort to step away from the more, I made a conscious decision and said, this is how much money I have. And I believe, and I'm trusting that this amount of money will last me, right? This amount of money will last me. I met a guy the other day who's visiting town. He's visiting Mexico City from, I think, Mississippi. And he said he was shocked to learn that I lived here, a black guy, late 40s. And he was like, I would love to do what you did, but I'm too old. He thought I was in my 20s at the time. Face mask. You couldn't see the whole face. I was with my girl. He thought we were both like in our 20s and we were just bopping around. And we're like, no, we're both in our 40s. And so it really changed his view in the moment. He was like, how did you manage to do this as someone in your 40s? How can you just pick up and move? And I told him the same thing I just told you. I looked at the amount of money I had and I said, this can be enough. And not because I'm Jeff Bezos, right? Not because of that, but because I had faith. I had faith that like I can live on what I have. I'm a good steward of money. What I have is not going to go away. It's going to be okay. And talking to him, he was like, yeah, well, my money guy says that he thinks I have enough money to do this. And I'm like, well, then if your money guy is telling you you have enough money to stop working, what's stopping you from doing that? He's like, I just don't think it's enough. And the question I asked him, and the question I would ask you if you're in the same position is, well, what number is it? What number is it that's enough? What amount of money can you have? And you'll be able to say, this is enough money for me. I can stop working. And if you don't have a number, if you haven't decided what your number is, you're not going to stop. You're not going to stop working if you do not have a number that is enough for you, because it will never be enough, because we're in a society that tells us it's never enough. So, if you don't have a number, right? If you're like, I want to stop working, I just need enough money. I want you today, press pause on the video, press pause, think about it. Think about your family, think about your obligations, think about the people you're supporting now, the people you may be supporting in the future. Think about what the world means in a larger sense, and think about how much money is enough. How much money is enough for you to stop trading your happiness, your mental health, your stability for a paycheck, right? A lot of us, especially a lot of high earners, are trading happiness today for happiness in the future, right? Like if I work another 10 years, then I'll have a bigger pot of money. And with a bigger pot of money, I will be happy. You might not be alive in 10 years, right? You may not be alive in 10 years. Unfortunately, none of us might be. It's an apocalypse outside. We don't know what's going on, right? And so I want you to think about what life could look like if you said, this amount of money. I believe, I have faith that I can live on this amount of money and move forward, right? The economy is hot garbage. If you're buying gas right now, I know you're mad. You probably stopped this video 10 minutes ago if you're buying gas right now. Like, it's never going to be enough because of the way bills work. But I'm not saying enough has to be $7 million. I'm not saying enough is $7,000. I'm saying it's up to you to pick a number and know that this is what you're aiming for. And when you get to that number, you're at your end point. Because if you don't pick an end point, capitalism will not let it end, right? You will not be able to escape that hamster wheel of working for money and trading your happiness for money, as so many of us are, until you decide what enough money is. But that was a very long intro for what is going to be a short video, because my money update, it's like a 1-sentence video. My money update to tell you guys is that my investments from the beginning of the year, from January 1st to this is June 18th, it's June 18th, my investment returns are negative $253,121.84. So I'm down over $250,000 for the year. I've sold a little bit, but not at a loss, not at a realized, no. It was kind of a realized gain because I've been in the game so long that stocks went up and they're gone down to the point about where I bought them. So I pretty much evened out on what I sold. I didn't sell a lot. I was sad because stocks had been up, right? They had been up and now they're down, and I'm like, I don't want to sell it down, but I needed the money. One of the things about my story is that my goal was not to touch my investments until I had to, right? I wanted to live off the income I get from coaching, from YouTube, from a variety of things, different things I do, and not touch my investment money. And part of the way I do that is by keeping my expenses a lot lower than they were in the US, which is not the main reason I live in Mexico, but it's one of the great things of living in Mexico. I can work part-time and still afford the life I want. So I had to sell some things at a break even. But yeah, I'm down $253,000. And I have not looked at that number in a while because that hurts. I am disappointed with the stock market this year, but it's a pandemic. There's wars. I'm not going to say a war because there are wars around the world. We're probably entering a recession. It's a lot going on. I'm healthy. I'm safe. Even with a loss, I have enough money to get through a year or two or three or four or five. I don't know. My point is, even with the numbers going down incredibly, I have not lost faith in the fact that I am a good steward of money. I make good choices with money. And so I'm okay. I am down $250,000 for the year, and I am okay. It's going to get back up again. I know it. At some point, it's going to get back up again, and I'm going to feel great about this. It's not today. I don't feel great about my portfolio's performance today. I probably will not feel great about it tomorrow, but a year from now, I'll probably feel better. 2 years from now, I'll probably feel better. So if I can weather the next 2 years, I know I'll be in a significantly better place. Like I said, I'm down a lot of money. It took me probably like over 10 years to get to the point where I had $250,000 in my investments. And so now to lose that in half a year is wild. Losing in half a year what it took you 10 years to save and to grow to is kind of insane. But I'm confident, I remain confident that I have made a choice, that I have enough money, and that amount of money will be enough. And so if you're in the position of saying, I don't know if I can take a break, I don't know if I can retire, the market is down, nothing is looking good, I understand completely. I want you to have faith in yourself, right? That man's money manager told him he had enough money to stop working. Stop working, right? Like, unless your job is the most joyful thing in your life, go ahead and stop working, right? For those of you who feel like you're putting money in the market and you're not seeing the returns you want, so you're stopping putting money in the returns in the market, don't do that. Like, I'm not making any money off of this, right? Like, I'm not telling you to do this because there is some benefit to me. I just want you to keep the faith that you have, or get the faith that everything is going to be all right? Like, we can survive tough times. You will be okay. Your family will be okay. It's down right now. These accounts are like, it looks like someone slashing with they're like pouring red paint on the screen. It's a whole bunch of red. Everywhere you go, it's a whole bunch of red. You'll be okay. I'll be okay. I'm confident in that. I'm right now pulling out my crypto account. See how much I've lost there. My crypto account, will it give me a percent? Let me see. Let's see what percent I'm down. I'll link to a video I did earlier this year when I started buying crypto. I talked to an expert, Clev Messidor, about buying Bitcoin, etc. And after talking to her, I bought some. My account is down 72%. 72% from when I purchased. I didn't buy a lot, but 72%. So yeah, things aren't looking good in the financial markets. I am choosing to remain confident in my choice that I can continue to weather the storm and I will be okay. And I am hoping you're doing the same. Even though the economy is trash, I'm not going back to work, especially with these employers trying to get people in the office. Like, the way employers are talking to employees right now is wild, and I'm not here for it. Just wild. What are y'all doing? Right? I'm not here for it. I think employers saw employees starting to enjoy their life more, and they're like, we can't have that. Stop it. We can't have that. You look like you're working from home. You don't seem, the level of unhappiness that we had when you were in the office isn't here anymore. So we need y'all back in the office so we can increase that level of unhappiness again. And I will not be walking back into those workplaces. If you're already out, I hope you're not considering going back in. Start a business, write a book, do something. But working for other people again, not for me. Okay, this went on a tangent, and I don't know how we got here. Point was, money update. I'm down $250,000. My crypto is down 72%, almost 73. Is tough, but we're riding the wave. We're confidently riding the wave. It's just a dip. It'll come back up. And until then, I don't know. I'm just faith. I am full of faith that I'll be okay. So, long-winded, full of segues, but that is my money update. Until next time, guys. Bye.